What's going on, contractors, potential contractors? Well, today's video, let's see what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about, am I a contractor or am I an employee? Am I independent or do I actually work for somebody? There's a thin line between being a contractor and an employee. And a lot of times these companies cross that line. So you have to know the difference between being a contractor and an independent contractor. I mean, being an independent contractor or an employee. In this type of business, if you are supplied the vehicle, you are an employee. If they pay you hourly plus, you are an employee. If you're an hourly employee, if you get paid hourly, you are an employee. So, like I said, it's a thin line. If you wear a uniform that says the name of the company that you are contracting with, they are stepping over the line, because you, as an independent contractor, you are to wear whatever you want to wear. You can wear your own uniform with your own logo, the name of your company, let it be whatever you want to call it. You can wear your own. You're not forced to wear their uniforms, their t-shirts, their hats. You could, have an ID to identify yourself, because you don't want to go walking through places without an ID. So it's good to have an ID, like hanging on your neck or something. But as far as uniforms go, wearing hats, sticking magnets on your vehicle, advertising the name of the company, that's no. You're independent. You're not required to do that. If you want to do it, you can go right ahead and do it, but you're not required. Some companies may even want to pay you an advertisement fee of $1 a year, and you find it in their little contract. Like I said, but there's some companies have like a really long 58, 80 page contract. Some companies have a 3-page contract. So, and those companies that have those big contracts, those like humongous, you won't even read it. You just sign initial, and those sign initials are gonna be something in there that says that you wear a uniform. They'll pay you $5 for the whole year for advertisement, $1 for advertisement. But even if I come across that and I do initial there, you're not obligated. So I don't even wear it. Another thing is, if they tell you what time you're supposed to be somewhere, you have to be there at 4 o'clock. Your next stop's got to be there by 4:15. Those type of things. Again, you are an independent contractor. You can get there. When you get there, no rush. You're not gonna go speeding. No, you get there. Your deliveries. That's why a lot of these like big delivery companies give you a 4-hour window. Because they're not giving you a 4-hour window because they cannot route the route. They're giving you a 4-hour window because they're not going to rush the contractor and tell, listen, you have to have that delivered at 4 o'clock this afternoon. No, they're going to say, you know what, you can deliver that between 12 and 8. So they're giving them that, that 4-hour window before or after. So they're giving them 8 hours to make your delivery, so they can cover their butts. Because if you tell a contractor, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do that, now you're crossing the line, and that is terms for like some kind of lawsuit. Because a lot of these companies that hire contractors end up getting sued because they cross that line. They want to make them, like I said, wear uniforms. They want to tell them what time they're going to get there. They want to put all these rules and regulations. You can't have no one in your car. They got them working 10, 12 hour shifts delivering. And if you're independent, you say, you know what, it's 9 hours, I'm going home, I'm done for today. No, you can't do that, because you probably lose your contract. So no, you're not obligated to work past 8 hours. People do work past 8 hours, but you're not obligated. You know, there's companies that give you a deal. And if you have long shifts, they'll actually throw you extra money because you're there longer. But you don't have to be there 8 hours. You don't have to work 10, 12-hour shifts. I work for companies who have lawsuits, class action lawsuits, and they're not been put up by me, but I've had about 6 of them in my 10, 12-year run doing this. So I've had about 6 class action lawsuits that I've been part of because companies make people work too long. They make them wear uniforms. They want to tell them what time to do and not to do things, and that gets them in trouble because it's a thin line between being an employee and being a contractor. If you're an employee, he can tell you what time to come in, what time to go home, what time to take a break, stay overtime, no overtime, wear uniforms, wear hats, shave your beard, all this stuff that an employer can tell you. If you're contracting through a company, you don't have to do those things. Okay? So remember, there's a thin line between being an employee and a contractor. And the one that you should know that's that if you're an employee, you pay your own state, Medicaid, Social Security tax. Your employer pays for that. If you're an independent contractor, you don't pay none of those taxes. You're responsible at the end of the year to do your own taxes. Get a tax professional to give you advice on what deductions you can have, on what to save on as far as receipts and all of those things. You got to get yourself someone. I have someone, I've been using them for over 8 years, probably longer than that. I think I've been using them before I was even a contractor, and they give me the great advice. I always do good at the end of the year because I know what to save, what not to save, what expenses I can write off and what I cannot write off. So as being a contractor, you have to look into that. Get someone you can trust. You can ask questions, not be afraid to ask questions, ask those questions. And then, and if you're an employee, you don't have to ask those questions because, you work for someone. At the end of the year, you go to H&R Block, give you a W-2, your taxes are done. You don't have any deductions or nothing because you're not eligible for that stuff because you're not independent. But, this video is getting a little too long and I have to get to work. I got a little job today. I got some deliveries to make. But if you like this video, any questions, leave below. Hit like. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for all the new subscribers. If you guys have a question, let me answer some questions while I'm here. Somebody asked me in the previous video if you can bring someone along on your deliveries. Yeah, you can. You're independent. It's your car. You can bring somebody along. Along for the ride. There are some companies that deliver pharmaceuticals and they're very expensive pharmaceuticals, and they may say no, which you can understand. But once you leave the warehouse, you could pick them up and you on your way. It's your vehicle. But if you're delivering like packages or you like hot shotting or whatever you want to call it, just doing like on-demand work, stat work, yeah, you could bring someone. I do it all the time. I brought my kids when they stay home from school, when they're feeling a little sick, I bring them with me. Get them an ice cream. I brought my wife on her days off. She loves coming with me. We get to bond and all that. But yeah, you could definitely bring someone. My brother-in-law brings my nephew because he gets homeschooled. He brings him out in the morning. He does a couple runs and then he homeschools while he drives. And then he does a little bit homeschooling once he gets home after 12 o'clock. But yeah, it's flexible, man. You can basically do what you want to do as long as you get that job done on time, safe, professional, have a professional appearance. You're good. But anyway, thanks for watching this video. I'll see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe, like I said. Thanks for all the new subscribers. I'll see you guys later. Peace and travel safe.